Hey, welcome back to the 5 Minute Strategist. You might have noticed that this mid-year review deep dive series is maybe a little different than what you're used to or what you were expecting. And I promise we will get into zhuzhing your offers and smoothing your ops in good time. But the reason that a lot of small business owners feel stuck in their business, no matter how much they grow, is because we've been taught that the business begins with the sales process. And the reality is that if you want a business that feels fun and flexible to you, alongside hitting those financial goals, you have to start with you. So yesterday we talked about what you might need from the business. And today I want to talk to you about what you might need to give to your business. And then we'll go into offers and ops, but probably not in the way that you're expecting there either. But for now, I want you to reflect on your journey as the leader of your business so far this year, and consider how your leadership skills have evolved and the impact that it's had on the business and your team. We're usually so caught up in the day-to-day firefighting, trying to keep our heads above water, that the beginning of the year seems like such a long time ago. And so it becomes easy to overlook just how much progress we've made from the leader that we were 6 months ago. So start by thinking through what were the significant milestones this year. Was there a successful launch? Did you grow your team? Was there a huge challenge that you managed to overcome? Have you developed new skills? What we're doing here is integrating the possibility you have as a leader. We're showing you just how much you can grow as a leader, even in a short amount of time. We're making it part of your identity. So as you look at these achievements, give yourself a round of applause, take a celebratory quiet moment, get yourself a little treat, or recognize it however you choose, but acknowledge that you're not the same person you were 6 months ago. And so a lot can also change in the next 6 months. And keeping that in mind, we want to start to think about where we might need to make some improvements. So we're still thinking about the first half of the year, but we're looking at it from a slightly different angle. Where did you really feel the most challenged? Are there moments that you can remember where you fell short as a leader? Were there specific skills or strategies that you tried that didn't quite work? Did your communication style get the better of you sometimes? Did you take too long to make a decision, or were you making impulsive decisions? Are you still trying to control everything instead of delegating? We're not trying to get you into a spiral here. This is not about, whoa, I'm a terrible leader or anything like that. This is simply about identifying areas that need improvement so that you can create a plan to tackle them, just like you would anything else in your business. One of the key areas we need to think about when we're evaluating how we showed up as a leader is how successful your business was. And we tend to think of that in terms of financials. And yes, it is one indicator, but we tend to give it so much power when considering how good we are at our CEO job. We think it's the whole picture, when actually it's just a sliver of leadership. So you also want to consider some other factors, especially the other people in your business. How satisfied are your customers? What feedback are they giving you? Has your customer retention improved? And then there's your team. How are they showing up? Are they motivated? Are they productive? What are they telling you? When you see positive testimonials from clients and high morale, that speaks to you having an impact as a leader. What we're trying to do is think about our success in a more holistic manner. So not just the financials, but also the impacts that we're creating. And of course, as we're discussing leadership, we have to think about your team. Watching how your team act, interact, collaborate, deal with conflict, and show up day after day speaks to your leadership style. Tone comes from the top. Your team are watching how you behave and mirroring that in their behavior. You can tell everybody that you want a certain kind of behavior, a certain style of communication. But if your behavior is contrary to that, this will show up because they will not be doing what you're asking. So watch them. Watch how they communicate with each other. Watch how they deal with each other. Look at how they work together or don't. Ask them how they feel about their roles, their place in the team, the culture that you're creating together. This is such a key part of leadership, because it is one thing to say that you want a particular type of culture in your business, and it's quite another to develop it and nurture it. And this is the first step, getting really clear with yourself on where you're meeting that goal and where you're falling short, so that you can figure out what you want to do for the next 6 months. And then with all this information that we've gathered, it's time to create a development plan. You probably use these with team members to facilitate their growth. So now it's time to turn that on yourself. Thinking about what the goals are that you have for the business, the gaps that we've found that you want to close, and then identifying what skills or resources or advice you might need to close those gaps or meet those goals. Set yourself timelines. Give yourself budget if you need to develop a skill that's going to require some investment. And then, like everything else, regularly review it, assess it, and adapt. You don't have to wait until the end of the year to reconsider all of these items. As your business evolves, you will also need to evolve as a leader. There is no end point in this journey. It's not a case of, I've done this, so I'm a successful leader, or I've missed that, so I'm now forever a failure as a leader. It's about striving for that next level, for that next version of you as the leader of your business. So how do you plan to be a more impactful leader in the second half of the year?